Good morning, everybody. There's some technical glitch. Yeah, we uh, we briefly mentioned this Gaussian curve, which is significant in statistics, and whatever equation this is probably something like x squared or something because it's symmetric around the y-axis, right? So it shouldn't matter what x the sign of x is either positive or negative, even if when x is negative or positive, as long as the absolute value of those two x's are the same, it has the same y coordinate, right? So that's why it should be some square or some fourth, some even number, something like that, right? So, and I think there's some this integral sign somewhere, right? I It's a very long equation, this Gaussian curve. I still don't remember why we start talking about this Gaussian curve. Yeah, I it just totally slipped off my memory. Okay, and um, maybe it'll come back to us later on. But yeah, so this middle point is average. Yeah, I guess in humanology, yeah, it's kind of important concept. We can talk about application of Gaussian curve, this bell curve, normal distribution curve. Yeah, they all mean the same thing. Normal distribution, I think, Gaussian curve and bell curve. Why is it significant in humanology? Because it's pretty much everything, right? Most people are. It's because it's because we are setting average as zero. It's quite arbitrary, but it's a good convention to do that. Okay. That's the point of reference. Okay, we're setting this average value as our reference point of zero. Okay, and from then is so that's average. So we're kind of normalizing, realigning, uh, replotting the graph. Okay, so average height, for example, is 5.5, right? If we don't normalize it as a average point as zero, then 5.5 will be somewhere here. So back curve will look like this, right? But we don't want that. So we are shifting this bell curve that would look like here at 5.5. We're shifting it to so that it kind of, it's nice and centered. Okay. All the details of mathematics doesn't really matter. Where we are dealing with concept level in humanology, okay? But if you do want to deal with mathematics like that, then shifting a graph to the left, it will be like this. Instead of x, you put like f, something f plus 5.5 equal blah 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 blah. Something like that, okay? Like, because db x prime is now 0, right? The old x used to be here at 5.5 and it became 0. X equal like 5.5, right? So to generalize this, it would be like x prime equals x plus x minus 5.5, which means x equals x prime plus 5.5, right? So yeah, here x prime. Instead of x, we put x prime plus 5.5, okay? So yeah, that's how you do in mathematics, algebra, okay? So that's very classical way to change the frame of reference in mathematics, but I did this just because some basic review, and it's I want you to know how important it is to learn mathematics in school. Okay, so um, are you too cool for school? Well, everybody thinks that way, right? But whether you're in school or not, you have to keep on learning mathematics and brand new foreign languages, even programming languages. Yeah, keep learning new things. Okay, it enriches your life. It's something. Knowledge is something metaphysical. Okay, so you're becoming more like God, angels. Okay, is because if you don't go up, if you don't keep continue to learn new things, there is only the one more direction down. Okay, you become more and more like animal. It's either you become more like God or you become more like animal. Okay, so what are some animalistic things? Eating, right? The number one problem in America is not sugar. It is not tobacco. It's not alcohol. Number one problem in America is sugar and fat. That's the worst thing you can have. It's far worse. Sugar and fat is far worse than alcohol or tobacco. Sugar and fat is ruining America. That's what's killing America. It's not tobacco. It's not alcohol. No, that's what majority of people say, but they don't know what they talk about. You don't listen to doctors. No, you listen to me. Okay, don't listen to doctors. Don't listen to politicians. You only listen to me. Okay, that's all you need. So, unless you're pregnant or have some health issue that really forbids from, or unless you're underage, right? Yeah, you should smoke cigarettes, just a little bit, maybe one cigarette a day. Okay, maybe two cigarettes, and after work you go to work, right, and you come home and you should drink alcohol. Okay, it's mandatory. Okay, unless you have pregnancy or medical issues, or if you are underage, don't know. But if you are overage, then yeah. And otherwise, what you resort to marijuana, sugar, fat, opium, crystal meth, and all those horrendous things. Okay, and then you will really ruin your life. All right. So cigarettes are good and alcohol is good as long as you do it in a moderation and controlled way. Control the environment, and yeah, don't drink and drive. Of course, just drink at home after the day is done. Okay, or on weekends. All right. So that's that's the only way. All right. There is no other way. Okay, and also exercise regularly, eat healthy, don't ever eat sugar or fat. Okay, maybe once in a while. Once in a while it should be fine, right? But not on a daily basis. Meaning, don't ever eat donuts, candies, pies, cakes, pizza, fried stuff. Yeah, maybe once in a blue moon. That should be it, but not like every day. Because sugar and fat, I cannot emphasize this enough. Not just America, in the West, okay, the obesity pandemic is that's what it is. It's too much sugar, too much fat. Okay, I love it. because it's sweet and fat is like this lubricant. Yeah, it makes food tastier and everything. Yeah, I love those, but I don't eat those because you get obese and you get very unhealthy. Your bones, your weight crush your bones as you get older and older. Okay, and heart disease, and it just makes you look bad and makes you unhealthy. Okay, if you are obese, you cannot wash yourself very well because you cannot reach parts of your body. Okay, and it's just when you're obese, you look bad, so you will not be happy. Okay, because you don't look as good as you can be, and you're unhealthy when you're obese. Okay, your bones crushing you, and your blood pressure, your heart, everything, and also you kind of you're dirty, you're smelly, and because you cannot wash yourself very well, you cannot reach all those parts of your body. You cannot even bend if you're too obese. Okay, it makes no sense to keep eating sugar and fat. Okay, so that's what America is suffering now, and nobody talks about this because they don't want to offend people. Guess what? We left this curve again. Okay, it's like a surgery, metaphysical surgery. Okay, it's an exorcism. All right. If somebody has somebody that you love, you claim to love, you say you love, like your child, let's say, or your student, your friend, that person has a very bad habit. All right, and you want to correct that person. There's no other way but offending that person. You have to offend that person because you have to correct that person. Meaning, you have, first of all, you need to point out what he's doing wrong. It's gonna hurt his feelings, of course. But there is no other way. No pain, no gain. Okay, and more than half of my friends are obese. Why? Because they are Americans. I'm living in America. Of course, more than half of my friends are obese because they are my friends are Americans. I'm living in America. Okay, yeah, of course. Yeah, well, when I tell them, yeah, I recommend them to eat healthy and do regular exercise all the time. Even my parents, I say the same thing. But they're in Korea, my parents, they are not too bad. Yeah, I tell them to exercise, and but they are exercising because they're Koreans. Koreans exercise all the time. Okay, Koreans are okay. You're not gonna like this if you're American. Okay, but well, so what, right? Then don't watch this if you don't like it. Okay, you don't have to watch this. It's and I'm not. You're not paying me anything. Okay, so, but if you not hear from people, if you not hear what would make you feel good, go to psychologist and pay them. If you have money and if you want to hear things that it's easy to listen, you want somebody to tell you what you want to hear, yeah, go to psychologist or go to other politicians. They will tell you all what you want to hear. Okay. I'm not like other politicians. I'm a good politician who will probably never be elected. Okay, who probably will never get party nomination ever. But I love politics, and I want to be elected as the president of the United States in 2020. Probably that will never happen. Okay, probably I won't even get party nomination in the primary. It probably will go nowhere. I don't care. That's fine. This is a hobby. Okay, this is a hobby. So, and I'm a humanologist. I'm not a psychologist. So yeah, I will never get paid for this. Okay, probably not. And yeah. So basically, I mean, I have some pot belly too. Okay, It's not too bad, but I have to like suck it up, suck it in. Otherwise, it's gonna bulge out like that. Oh my goodness, I hate it. But yeah, I'm 40, so uh, my guts, the large intestine, lower intestine, they have weight. Okay, so yeah, of course it's gonna bulge out like that because due to gravity, right? So I have to suck it in because I don't want to look like I have a pot belly. I do have a pot belly. I don't like it, so I suck it in so that it's like doesn't bulge out. I have to suck it in. All right, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I have some belly fat. I hate it. Okay, but at least I try. Okay, at least I try to be in shape. I do weight training, martial arts, um, running, and dancing, and yeah, I do that stuff at home. Okay, so should you. Regular exercise, healthy diet, no sugar, no fat. All right, you go to grocery and you look at the label. I started doing this like several years ago. I didn't because I was young and I could eat whatever I wanted. I still didn't gain weight, but as I get old and as you get old, your metabolism slow down because you're no longer growing up. All right, you stop to grow, and so yeah, then you have to start watching what you eat, and you read labels, and you have more than 10 grams of sugar or more than 10 grams of fat, you should not buy it. Period. Meaning no more potato chips, cakes, ice cream, donuts, candies, bacons, all that stuff. Feed them to your pets, your cats and dogs. Okay, just cheese, all that stuff. Yeah, give them to your cats and dogs because those pets, when they are fat, they're very cute. They look like babies. So dogs and cats, when they are fat, they're very cute. So yeah, feed all those unhealthy food, sugar and fat. Feed them to your pets, your dogs, your chickens, your cats, whatever pets you have. Yeah, feed your pets. They will love you. Okay, your pets. Don't feed that to your children ever. Are you crazy? You're poisoning your children if you feed your children with all those soda. Like, okay, I drink soda. Okay, but it's diet soda, like zero, Coke Zero or Pepsi Zero, whatever. Dr Pepper diet that doesn't have any sugar. Okay, or like sugar substitute like sweeteners. I think they're fine. Okay, they're approved by FDA, so probably they're just healthy, not too unhealthy. Okay. Fat, you don't need to eat fat. Our body synthesize fat because alcohol, beer belly, right? Body can convert anything into fat, like alcohol, carbohydrate, like including sugar, and protein. Okay, our body convert them all into fat because fat is like a battery. It's twice condensed energy storage unit. That's nature's invention of fat. Okay. I think we talked a lot about evolution and sugar fatism. So all animals love sugar and fat because it's tasty. Okay. Why? Because fat has very high concentration, twice much energy. So wild animals, I think we may have talked about this before. Okay, wild animals, food is very scarce, so they, and sugar it gives us instant energy source, right? You have this carbohydrate is long chain of this monosaccharide. So you have polysaccharide chain, right, consisting of monosaccharides, right? Sugar is just one this monosaccharide. or disaccharide or trisaccharide, whatever, right? Some short, very small carbohydrate. That's sugar. It's sweet to us. Our mammals, all these animals, even insects, developed this over millions of years. Developed this taste for sugar because it gives us instant energy source. Why? Because other polysaccharides we have to eat like bread or rice or noodle, right? Our body need to break it down into monosaccharides. But sugar is already monosaccharide. It doesn't have to break it down. So it gives us instant energy source. So what it signals to body is you have enough energy when you eat sugar, like insulin, right? You have enough energy when you eat sugar. Your body tell you you have enough energy, so store the rest of the energy into fat, in your belly, in your butt, in your thigh. Okay. So that's why sugar and fat combination is fatal. Okay, it makes you fat very quickly. Okay, I I love those food. Animal does because I'm an animal too, half animal, right? Yeah, everyone does. Like cheese, yeah. When I eat it, I can see I can watch it walking down the piece of cheese walking down and toward my belly and land right at my belly. Okay, I can watch it getting piled up in my belly. So it's not okay to eat sugar and fat. Donuts, ice cream, pies, cakes. That's gonna kill you. That's what's bad. Alcohol and tobacco, no, it's not bad at all compared to sugar and fat. Okay, why? I think we may have talked about this. Well, I wrote about this, but it never got published because national magazines, newspapers, they never published my article. So yeah, I stopped writing to them. Okay, because they don't publish. Just compare Koreans and Americans. Okay, Koreans they smoke cigarettes and they drink alcohol all the time, but they don't do sugar and fat. Americans they do sugar and fat, but they don't smoke alcohol. They don't smoke cigarettes. They don't drink alcohol. Okay, who's healthier, Koreans or Americans? Who's healthier? Who lives longer, Korean or American? I'm talking about South Korea. Who is healthier? Who lives longer, and also who are who are thinner, who are fitter? Koreans. In all three, Koreans live longer than Americans. Koreans are South Koreans. Koreans are healthier than Americans, and Koreans are thinner and fitter than Americans. Why? Because that's the evidence that sugar and fat is worse than alcohol and tobacco. But you gotta have some kind of fun, right? So you have to do something. You have to have something. So yeah, do sugar. Do not do sugar and fat. Instead, do cigarette and alcohol. Okay. Then you'll be healthier and thinner and live longer, just like Koreans do. Okay, so I'm telling to Americans and the West that the West and the East. Okay, so East, I'm talking of Far East Asia like China, Korea, Japan. Yeah, yeah, of course they are healthier, live longer than the Westerners like Americans. Okay, they eat healthy and they exercise. Okay, that's why. It's that simple. All right, and they do alcohol and tobacco instead of sugar and fat. Okay, that's what America need to do. So stop stigmatizing alcohol and tobacco because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Okay, you should start stigmatizing sugar and fat instead because that's a lot worse than alcohol and tobacco. Okay, that's why Koreans are healthier than Americans. Okay, so people may tell me, "Oh, you heavy accented Asian man, go back to your shithole country." Okay, you're not American. You don't sound like American. You don't look like American. Yeah, go back to your shithole country, Korea. Yeah, I guess Donald J. Trump fans would say that to me. Well, yeah, that's fine. Because some Republicans are start saying that if your parents are not American, if they're just traveling in America and they just give birth to a baby in America, then that person should not have citizenship. Yeah, some Republicans are starting to say that, and well, my parents, my dad came to America as a foreign student, and student visa, and I was born here. And then we all left, and they stayed in Korea, and I came back. So they talk about anchor baby. You give birth to a baby in America when you're traveling here, and then that baby got citizenship, and they bring the whole family later on. Anchor baby, but I'm not an anchor baby because nobody in my family is coming here. They love Korea. Okay, so the difference between Koreans and Mexicans are this. Okay, Koreans or Far East Asians like Chinese, Koreans, Japanese, what they do is this: they come to America to study, and they go back to their country and they build their countries from scratch. Okay, that's how China, Korea, and Japan got economic development and became very strong countries. They came to America, studied, and they went back to build their own countries. That's Asia. They came to America legally with student visa. They studied, they learned, and they went back and they built their own countries. That's China, Korea, and Japan. I'm not going to talk about Taiwan because I don't like Taiwan. Because Taiwan decided to approve gay marriage. Okay, that's not okay. So I don't like Taiwan, right? To me, Taiwan is not a country. It's just part of China. Okay, because I don't like gay marriage. Okay, I don't hate gay people. They're the slaves of this evil ideology, this Satan called gayism. Right. So they're the victims. Gay people, yeah, they're victims of this evil ideology. Evil ideology, evil ism of gayism. Yeah, I hate nobody, okay? Anyway, so yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, so difference between Asia and Far East Asia and South America. Okay, what do South America do? They come to like Mexico or El Salvador or whatever. Great countries. Okay, it's just some of the bad immigrants there. Yeah, people from South America. What do? They come to America illegally, and then they stay in America forever. Okay, and they don't study in America. No, they just come here and stay in America. And many of them, not all of them, many of them commit crimes and become gangsters, gang members. You know, they are the one who started all these tattoos. It's South American gangsters. That's the start, the beginning of tattoos in United States of America. Just like AIDS started with male gay people in San Francisco. Okay, so tattoo and also marijuana. Yeah, it started with this illegal drug dealers, gangsters. Okay, So gayism and marijuanaism and tattoo piercism, they all started with this. No, well, not gayism. Gayism started with the white Americans, white male Americans. That's gayism in San Francisco. It started. It has nothing to do with Latin America. Okay, but pierce, maybe piercing has more to do with Africa, right? But tattooism uh, in America and also marijuanaism in America, it started with South American gangsters. Okay, so it has very bad start. It started from the criminality. Okay, so that's why it's not good. Tattooing is not good. Okay, it has this horrible bad start. It started with criminals. Okay, crimes. Again, I'm not against criminal people. They're just like us. They just made some mistakes and they happen to have to be born in very bad neighborhoods. So yeah, no, I'm not judging them. That's just like us, okay? But criminalism, the ideology, the pattern of behavior, the demon, the evil spirit, unclean spirit. Yeah, they're possessing all these people, and the criminals are the victims of this criminalism. All right, you have to separate the sin and the sinners, okay? Because we are all sinners. You may say, "Oh, you are a victim of alcoholism," but no, I don't call it alcoholism. I call it Bacchusism. Bacchus is like Dionysus in Greek god. Bacchus is Roman god. It's a different name. Yes, the German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche talked about Bacchus, Dionysus. Yeah, it's. I think Schopenhauer talked about used the name Bacchus, Roman god, and Nietzsche was more like Dionysus. Come on, man. We need to have some fun, right? But as long as alcoholism, bad alcoholism would be you make excuse. Oh, I can do anything because I have excuse. I'm drunk, right? That's bad alcoholism, right? But good Bacchusism is that you control. You're always in control of your drinking. Okay, you you control your intoxication. You control your drinks. Then yeah, it's good. Okay, but we need some fun. Okay, so another thing. Let's just keep moving on. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're not gonna elaborate too much. We just we get back to those. Okay, we do round robin. Okay, just touch our topic briefly and then move on and then come back to it later. Okay, um, so making excuses. Yeah, you have to when you make somebody better. You have to tell that person you are a good person. You are a good person. You can do better. You should do better. You should bring that person up. If you say that person, oh, you have mental disease. You are crazy. Then that person will become more and more crazy and more mentally insane because you are pushing that person down. That's what psychology does. Okay, and madness is nothing but indulgence. Okay, like you start painting the wall with your feces. Some people do that, right? There's this wall, and you start painting the wall with your nose booger or your feces. You start urinating everywhere. Okay, it's indulgence. Okay, lack of self control. Or they are like, oh, I'm free to do this. It's my house. I'm free. I'm liberalistic. It's something new. Oh, you are painting the wall with this, my own feces, my own shit, my own poop. It's something new. It's something creative. Oh, it's a brand new form of art. It's a modern art. Okay, It's like avant-garde. Oh, it's something brand new. I'm gonna paint my wall with my faces and urine. Okay, I'm gonna start eating that too. Okay, it's freedom, absolute freedom. It's my house. I'm not hurting anybody. It's liberalistic freedom. That's what America is about. Freedom, absolute freedom. I'm hurting no one. It's my own house. So yeah, yeah. So dementia, all that stuff is indulgence. It's too much freedom, too little rule, too few rules, too much freedom. Okay, that's dementia. That's what psychologists call psychiatrists call mental illness, but it has nothing. It's no disease. It's laziness. You're being too lazy. Crazy people, there's no such a thing as madness. There's no such a thing as craziness. It's laziness. You don't want to follow the rules. You're too lazy, so you just do whatever you want. Okay, that's like crazy people. What they do, they just talk and talk and talk and never listen. Why? Because they don't have the self control. Everybody would rather, including me, would rather talk than listen. People prefer talking than listening. Okay? It's just human nature. Alright? It is more fun to talk than listen. It is more fun to teach than learn. Because teaching, talking is downhill. Listening, learning is uphill. It's harder, more difficult to listen and to learn. It's uphill. But teaching or talking is downhill. It's easier. It's more fun. It makes you happier. Okay? Because we talked about this copium channel, right? This copium channel, it's like resistance, right? It could be a positive resistance and negative resistance. Negative resistance channel is like downhill. Positive resistance channel like uphill. You have positive resistance, okay? Uphill battle is like learning, listening to somebody. Downhill is like more like animalistic things like having sex or eating. Yeah, it's all downhill. Something that's or addiction or all that stuff. Okay, so yeah, Jesus said, "Do what's hard, do what's difficult." Okay, because the road to perdition is wide and most of people go there, but the road to heaven is very narrow. So very few people go there. Okay, yeah, that's Jesus Christ. Okay, all right. We keep doing this round robin. Okay, we touch subjects and we move on. Touch, then move on and get back to it later on. Okay, so let's take a break. Okay, let's take a break. It's been more than 30 minutes. So. Okay, I'm back. Like it or not, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, nobody's watching this, and yeah, nowadays I'm applying to lawyer jobs, going door to door, and having some interviews, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. And if I don't get any lawyer job, then I'll go back to computer programming. Yeah, computer programming is fine. It's just that I'm a nomadic personality, so I've been doing that for too long. Okay, for nearly 2 decades. Okay, at the beginning I loved it, and it's new, but I'll rather do something else like lawyer job. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I get a job and make pay my bills. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So I have nothing against psychologists. They are mostly good people, right? They want to help people out. It's just the psychologism, evil ideology. Okay, psychology is neither science nor religion. Is garbage. It's not a knowledge. So I want to help them. The counselors and psychologists, psychiatrists, they need to unlearn everything they learned and they need to empty their mind. I need to wash their brains. Okay. They need to learn humanology instead. I'm helping them to so that they can help other people more effectively. Okay. So it's simple. Okay. No matter what problem you have, all you gotta do is exercise regularly and practice healthy diet and drink alcohol, smoke cigarettes. That's it. And have a good religion. Okay. You can go to church, mosque, what that what's that Judaism? What do they call it? Yeah, I don't know. Temple, whatever. Okay. Yeah, Judaism, Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, whatever. Traditional, Confucianism, whatever. Traditional religion. Okay, they have a very long history. Hinduism, all right. Sikhism, whatever religion it may be. Okay, so yeah, some old traditional religion. Yeah, learn about those and also start dancing and start learning martial arts. That's it. That's it. There's nothing to it. Have a job, okay? Don't depend on the government and don't think you are crazy. No, nobody's crazy, okay? Just be diligent, all right? And abide by the rules, traditional moral rules, like don't be gay, don't do any more tattoos, piercings. If you have tattoos and piercings, don't get any more. And if you have piercings, get rid of it. Okay, take all those piercings out, medals. Yeah, traditional piercing like one earring here, one earring here for women. That's beautiful. Okay, but that's it. Just one here for women. That's it. And don't do any gay thing. And if you are transgender, then stop pretending you are the other gender. Okay, just be your natural gender. All right, stop pretending. That's all you need. Okay. Don't get any more tattoos. Don't get any more, and don't do any marijuana. And that's it. That's it. Okay. And yeah, that's all there is to it. Okay. So and focus on your career, get education. You know, like if I do ever become the president, which is like not likely at all. Well, then you become the president. Okay. Um, if it is something I can never do, then you do it. Okay, because I'm a human, just one person. Okay, and recording this is my service to humanity. But of course, nobody's watching this right now. But maybe one day, maybe after I'm dead. Yeah, maybe I hope uh, everybody on Earth would be watching this. I hope because this is message from God, in my opinion. Yeah, I see myself as a messenger from God. I'm not a prophet because prophet means celebrity. There's a bad prophet and good prophet, but prophet is somebody who's famous, who have influence. Back in the days of Old Testament, all the prophets like Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, or Habakkuk, or all those Jonah, all those prophets, they're very famous people in Israel, in the Middle East. Famous people. All the prophets in the Old Testament, very famous people. That's why we still have their writings. Isaiah or Samuel. Who's Samuel? He selected this. He got his prophet Samuel. He's the one who anointed the very first king of Israel. Who is it? It's not David. It's not Solomon. It's Saul. 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 Okay, and then King David, right? So Prophet Samuel was that huge influential figure. Okay, probably the single most influential figure in Israel. He selected the king of Israel. That's how famous and influential and powerful prophets are. They have voice. They're famous people. They're celebrities. I'm not celebrity. No, nobody knows me. I'm nobody. I'm just a ex-computer programmer and currently unemployed in Alaska. Okay, trying to get a lawyer job in Alaska. Used to be a computer programmer in Alaska. I'm 40 years old, Asian male. Okay, that's all I am. I'm not a famous person, so I'm not a prophet because I'm not famous. Okay. So, but I do believe I'm a messenger from God, and humanology is God's message to humanity, in my humble opinion or arrogant opinion. Okay, and I think I'm doing God's work, but time will tell. It's evolution, okay? It's if all these recordings is available 24/7 anywhere in the world, but nobody's watching it. And YouTube, I love YouTube. I love Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Yahoo. Yeah, I love them all. Okay, they're fantastic companies, but and they are doing this for free. I mean, they let me upload all these controversial videotapes. I mean, YouTube videos. I'm very grateful because it makes me happy to record this and upload this. So if they get rid of this footage, I don't blame them. It is highly controversial and they are private entities. So and they are doing this for free. I'm not paying them. I'm not paying YouTube to upload this. They already have done me so much favor by letting me upload this. But if they get rid of these footages for whatever reason, political reasons, hey, I still thank them because they let me at least upload it for a while, and yeah, I'm grateful. See, people nowadays complain too much. They don't know how to thank. Okay, and because they are spoiled. I'm not spoiled. When I grew up in Korea, I we were in 1980s. We were physically disciplined at home and at school. Physically disciplined. So I'm very well disciplined person. Okay, so I'm grateful for whatever I have and whatever people gave me. Okay, so should you. Okay, um so yeah, psychologists they say, oh, you have this childhood trauma 20 years ago and now it's resurfacing, and it's all garbage. Okay, it's some this shamanistic, this superstition. That's all. It's not scientific at all, because in humanology, no, it's no such a thing. 20 years ago, you forgot. Oh, there's this Freudian subconsciousness. It's all that superstition. It's a quasi religion. It's a bad religion. Superstition is not science. It's some mysticism. Okay, this, yeah, mysticism is they because they create this religious vacuum, right, in the understanding of human mentality. Human can never live without a religion. It's either you have a good religion or you have a bad religion. Okay, because human is on the concept level. You have to live for some kind of ideology, meaning you live for your family. That's familyism. You live for sex, the single source of happiness. Your happiness giver is sex. Okay, so you go after one woman, another woman, and you end up getting a disease, STD, sexually transmittable disease. Okay, and you ruin your life. Okay, so that bad ism. Okay, so promiscuousism. Okay, or maybe you live for your career, achievement, careerism. You live for something. It's either a good ism or bad ism. Alright, you have to think about it logically. Okay, so let's talk about abortion. I am more liberal on this point. Okay, that's why I'm telling you, probably I will never get nominated from the Republican Party. Democratic Party, well, I'm against gay marriage, so they would never nominate me for anything. Republican Party, they probably will not nominate me for any elected position, because I'm more pro-choice. Okay, I don't care whether it's gonna do for my political career. I don't care. I don't have to be any elected official. This is place of honesty, so I'm telling you. I'm more pro-choice, okay? Because I'm a single man. I admire parents. I admire people who get married and have kids, except ultra interracialists, meaning ethnic men marrying a white, young, fertile, slender, beautiful white woman. That's one thing I do not approve. And an ethnic man marrying a beautiful white young woman who is more than 5 out of 10 in a aesthetic scale. Okay, I disapprove that. I strongly encourage them to divorce. If she's pregnant with your ethnic baby, yeah, she should abort. Okay, I recommend abortion. All right, and I recommend them to divorce. Okay, because that's bad for him, and that's bad for her, and that's bad for humanity. Okay, look at Bruce Lee. Okay, look at Tiger Woods. Yeah, they're ethnic men, meaning non-white men, and they married this beautiful, white, young, slender, pretty women who are better than 5 out of 10 in a sexiness scale. They ruin their lives. Why? Because an ethnic man having sex with a beautiful white slender woman is like it's just too much happiness. It's like a drug. Okay, it consumes too much of their energy. Okay, so yeah, they either die of exhaustion, because having sex with those beautiful white girls, it consumes too much energy. You get too happy, too high. It's like a very strong drug, adrenaline in your brain or whatever. It's just like a drug, very strong drug. So Tiger Woods, yeah, he became a sex addict, right? He just cheated on his wife, whatever. So yeah, he ruined his career, right? And Bruce Lee, yeah, he died of exhaustion. Okay, so that's what happened. It's bad for the guys, ethnic guys. Okay, white girls, it's bad for them because they end up in divorce, or they end up losing their husband to death. Okay, so become a widow. It just doesn't work. All right, ultra interracialism does not work. Okay, it's bad for the guy, bad for the woman, and the white race. We need to preserve and protect the white race because they are the only race with blonde hair, red hair, blue eyes, green eyes, white skin, pink skin, orange skin. So it's a very beautiful race. Okay, so because every other race except the white one, white Caucasian race, like me, Asian, Arabs, Hispanics, blacks, we all have brown skin, brown eyes, black hair. Okay, we more or less look the same. Okay, we're just browns. But Caucasian race, they're the only one with this diversity of blue eyes, green eyes, white skin, blonde hair, red hair. Okay, it's something unique and something very rare. So that's why we need to preserve and protect this. Just like we want to preserve and protect the polar bears. Okay, because they for the diversity's sake. Okay, so yeah, I'm not white. Okay, but I love white race. Okay, so I want white race to be preserved and protected. Okay, and so should you. Let's appreciate white race. Okay, I'm not white supremacist. I love blacks. I love Hispanics. I appreciate their talents and all the music and all the dances, solo dancing and all the modern musical genre. Well, majority of them were invented by African Americans. Okay, they are God's chosen people for music and solo dancing. Partnership dancing, God's chosen people is Hispanics. Okay, because Hispanics made all those partnership dancings. They're God's chosen people for that purpose. Every race have a talent, or many talents. But they are different talent sets. White people's talent is their beautiful, visually appealing appearance, like blonde hair, red hair. Okay, so we need to preserve the diversity of the race. Okay, so I am against mixed race marriage. I am for same race marriage, not same sex marriage, no, same race marriage. I'm a huge supporter in that. To preserve and protect the diversity of race. Every now and then it's okay because half black, half white. Yeah, they're beautiful people. Okay, many of my friends are half black, half white, and half Asian, half white. Yeah, every now and then, yeah, it's fine. Many of my friends are half white, half Asian. But so if you're an ethnic man, it is okay for you to marry a white woman who is less than 5 out of 10. Like who is either obese, who's fat, who's ugly. Those white women, yeah, I don't care. You can marry them, all right? Because it's not gonna give you too much pleasure in sex during sex, so it's not gonna harm you too much. And also, yeah, she's ugly, she's fat, so she doesn't have very good genes. So it's not really worthwhile to preserve anyway. So yeah, if you're an ethnic man, yeah, you can marry those ugly, fat, white women. That's fine. or if she's old, she already have many purely white children, then yeah, you can marry them too, because she's already too old. She's past the age of reproduction. Okay, so yeah, you can marry old white women, no matter how beautiful she is. If she's like post menopausal, if she's past 50 years old, something like that, yeah, then you can marry her because she's not gonna have kids anyway. Okay, so anti ultra interracialism in humanology is about protecting the white beauty gene, not just white gene, no, a beautiful young white slender pretty white woman's gene. She doesn't have to be that slender like model. If her beauty is five, more than five, or five or more than five out of 10 in a beauty scale, then yeah, she should be reserved only to the eligible white man to preserve her white beauty gene. Okay, that's the Tao, the philosophy of anti-ultra interracialism. Why? Because a white guy marrying a beautiful white woman, it does not give him too much pleasure anyway. Why? Because she looks like his mother, his sister, the people who grow up with. So he's not gonna have that much fun in during the sex. So why is it so important to avoid too much pleasure? Because you covered this before, okay? So discipline level is this. Discipline level, okay? This is high discipline. Discipline, okay? Pleasure level is anti-parallel to this. The less pleasure you have, so this is pleasure, and the opposite end would be pain. This is high discipline, and the opposite end would be the laziness. Okay, so you have pleasure, high pleasure here. The higher pleasure you have, the lazier you get. The more pain you have, the less pleasure you have, the more disciplined you get. Okay, so the maximum pleasure, the maximum pleasure of sex happens when an ethnic man is having sex with a beautiful white woman. Okay, that's the maximum sexual pleasure. Okay, and that's why it's fatal to him. It will make him lazy, less disciplined, and will ruin his life. Okay. White man having sex with white woman, it doesn't give him that much pleasure because she looks like his mom. She looks like his sister. She reminds him of his mother and sister and people he grew up with. He's always familiar, accustomed to white women. This white man, because he grew up with white women. Okay, so it's not that new. It doesn't give him much pleasure, sexual pleasure. So yeah, it's not bad for him to marry a white woman because he's not going to have that much fun in sex with her. But an ethnic man, he grew up with ethnic women, so he look at this white woman, beautiful white woman, and then he marry and have sex with her. It gives him too much pleasure because he's exotic. Okay, ethnic guys, we are ethnic countries like Africa, Asia, South America. Everybody's looked like me. Everybody. It's brown, black hair, brown skin, and brown eyes. We are all browns. Okay, so then they come to white country like America, Australia, Europe, and wow, this they look at blonde hair, red hair, blue eyes, green eyes, white skin. It's so something exotic and something new, and we males are visually oriented, visually triggered gender. Males are like that. So white women are just irresistible to ethnic men. Any ethnic man is white women are irresistible. Okay, that's why if we don't stop this ultra interracialism, this ethnic men going after beautiful white women, white race will go extinct. Okay, because all ethnic men, which is like 80% of the world, will have sex and marry white women, which is like 20% of all women. So if white race will be wiped out of the earth, okay, then everybody will turn brown. There will be no more blonde, no more red hair, no more green eyes, blue eyes, no more white skin. Everybody on earth will be just brown. Okay. Is that what you want to see? Okay, if that is what you want to see, then yeah, go ahead and just do nothing about it. I'm not talking about start lynching all the ethnic guys who married beautiful white women. No, I'm not telling you to kill them or beat them up or hang them on a tree. No, I'm not saying that. Because violence makes things worse. Look what happened to gay people. I guess they used to be bullied. Gay people used to be bullied, but now people have sympathizing with gay people. Oh, look at all these gay people being persecuted and being bullied. I feel sympathy. So let's become gay rights activists. Okay? So that's how gayism became pro-gayism and became political, and now it's in power. It's empowered thanks to the bullyism and persecution on gay people. It brought sympathy. It gave them political power because of sympathy. Okay, so if you start killing and beating up ultra interracialists, they will start gaining huge political power. So don't ever commit violence against these ethnic men who married beautiful white women, because they will start gaining political power, and it will just like gay people now. Okay, it will get only worse. All right, so that's not how you exercise. Because if you are a humanologist, you are an exorcist, a ghostbuster. Okay, so you should never fight people. You have to fight the ideologies with logic, rationality, just like I do here. Right? Let's take a break, okay? So, yeah, violence makes things worse. So. Okay, let's take a break. Okay, I'm back. So, uh, let's talk some humanology today. Yeah, this bell curve is, it's like everything, right? Some people, very few people are extremely evil. Very few people are extremely good. And most people are kind of in the middle. Okay, it's just like height or weight. Okay, this bell curve is pretty much universal thing. So yeah, that's a application in humanology. Okay, and let's talk about some humanological concept of generalized ancestry or metaphysical ancestry. Okay, it's this. Um, Metaphysical progeny. All right, so let's say we talked about Abraham. I mean, in Bible they talk about Abraham being the ancestor of these people of Israel and also in the Middle East, Arabs. Okay, Abraham has two sons, right? His wife was Sarah, right? She was old age and she got pregnant and twins Jacob and Esau, and Jacob became the Israel. Esau became the ancestor of the rest of the Middle East except Israel, right? Something like that. So basically, Muslims. Okay, so that's Abraham, and I could be like Abraham. Okay, yeah, because scripture of Bible is like a screenplay. It's a script. I'm an actor, right? So I'm acting I'm playing the role of Abraham. So it's like I'm the ancestral figure of humanology, and my metaphysical progenies, descendants, will be the future humanologists like you. Okay, so it can be thought that way, or there's to one way to think about metaphysical ancestry, metaphysical heritage. Another way to think of it is this: there's past, present, and future. Okay, in a timeline, one-dimensional timeline. Past me, like me 20 years ago, is my ancestor. It's my parent. Today's me is me. Future me is like my child, my descendant. Okay, so it's just one person, me. But within this one person, we have ancestor and myself and my descendant. They're all me. Okay. So, because Jesus said you have to be reborn to be saved. One way to interpret this in humanology is this: you have to be, you have to renew yourself. It's very secular wisdom, right? You have to renew. If you are a businessman, yeah, you have to renew your business. You have to come up with brand new goods and services. Otherwise, you're not going to survive because time changes. You have to adapt and adjust. Okay, and you, as a in personal level, yeah, you have to learn something new every day to survive. That's why humanology does not condone recreation of marijuana because it makes you complacent, it makes you high, and it impairs your short-term memory formation capability. Okay, so you cannot learn new things as well because you cannot remember things. Short-term memory. Without short-term memory, you cannot form long-term memory. Okay, so yeah, marijuana is bad. Okay, but medical marijuana should be fine because any medicine has side effect. Okay, and depending on what your physiology is, one side effect is more acceptable than other side effects. Okay, so all the medicines are based on plants. Some plants. Okay, opioids, marijuana, aspirin. Yeah, the op- opium is from a poppy flower, and marijuana plants, and aspirin from willow tree bark. Yeah, or fungus, right? Or like bacteria, whatever. Yeah, it's all biology based. Toxins, okay, all the medicines, they're from plants or fungus or bacteria, whatever, right? So, all the medicines are from animals, plants, so from nature. So, yeah, they're toxins, but depending on the different kinds of side effects, you have to pick and choose a medicine whose side effect is acceptable to your situation. So yeah, marijuana, medicinal marijuana, it should be fine. Okay, recreational, no. So yeah, metaphysical ancestry. So you have to renew yourself, reborn, meaning you're starting from scratch, something new. You learn something new. You change your career. Okay, so when I'm the president, this is how it's gonna work. Okay, or when you are the president, this is how I recommend. Some idea. Knowledge is free. It's in the web. It's in YouTube, Wikipedia, any online websites for free. Knowledge, mathematics, physics, French, Spanish, whatever. All the knowledge is free in the web. So you take just one bar exam. It's generalized bar exam. There's a bar exam just like in law to be a lawyer, or real estate license exam. So we have one exam for every single school subjects. Okay, French, Spanish, mathematics, physics. Okay, so you study, you work. It doesn't matter. Okay, so when I'm the president, I'm gonna get rid of all this child labor law. So anybody, no matter what age you are, you can work and make money. You work during the day. You may be 11 years old. Okay, you work during the day. Go to work. Okay, I don't care how young you are. You go to work during the day, and you come home and you study at night. Okay, during the weekdays. During the weekends, you study. Okay, whatever you wanna study, music, dancing, whatever. You study and you take this one bar exam in your area. If you pass this one bar exam, then you're licensed in that subject matter. Okay, for every single school subjects. Okay, that's it. So you study for free, you work during the day, you study for free online, and we don't need schools. We get rid of schools. Okay, it's a radical idea, but it's a good idea because it's something free and it's gonna lower your taxes because you don't have to pay. We don't need public schools anymore. Public schools is run by your tax, so you're not. So one of my campaign motto is platform is keep your money. We don't government don't need your money. So keep your money, return power and money back to the people. Okay. I don't want your money. Okay. So yeah, children. Yeah, they work. They go to work. They come home. Instead of video games, they study and they exercise. Everything is free. Okay. Studying is free. Yeah, you go to Amazon.com and buy some used textbooks for like $10 because good knowledge never change. All right. Yeah, or some old edition of textbooks. Yeah, you buy, you study for like $10. Amazon books, and you go online. You just go to websites. You study. You take one exam. Yeah, exam won't be free. It'll be like $1,000. Okay, but you're working, so you can afford it. All right. So then yeah, everybody keep learning and working until they die. Humanology hates retirement. Humanology does not believe in retirement. Okay, you work until you die. Okay, some kind of way, maybe part time, whatever. Okay, and you always exercise, you always eat healthy, and you dance, you do martial arts. Everybody, doesn't matter what you have done in the past. We all make mistakes. Okay, but yeah, that's what I want to do as a president of the United States. Okay, if I can't be there, then I want you to be there. Okay, all right. I think we covered enough today. Okay, so bye.